Have you ever felt overly responsible for someone else's feelings or actions? If so, you might be experiencing what psychologists call codependency. This is a behavioral condition in a relationship where one person enables another person's addiction, poor mental health, immaturity, irresponsibility, or underachievement. In many cases, codependency is a dynamic that plays out in relationships where one person is an addict or struggles with a mental health disorder. But it's important to remember that codependency can occur in any type of relationship, not just those involving addiction or mental illness. Codependency isn't a sign of a healthy relationship. It often leads to a cycle of control, resentment, and unmet needs. And it can result in various problems, from damaged self-esteem to a loss of personal identity, and even physical illness. Codependency can be hard to identify, but understanding its signs and symptoms is the first step towards overcoming it. So, what are the signs of a codependent relationship? One of the most prevalent signs of codependency is feeling responsible for others' emotions. It's like you have an internal compass that always points towards others' feelings, constantly directing your actions and decisions based on how they might affect those around you. You might find yourself walking on eggshells, trying to prevent any upset or discomfort for others, even at the expense of your own well-being. Neglecting personal needs is another common sign of codependency. In this case, your self-care takes a back seat as you prioritize others' needs over your own. It's as if you're in a car, you're the driver, but you're not the one deciding where to go. Instead, you're following a route dictated by others' desires and demands, often forgetting that your needs matter too. Having a hard time saying no is also a significant sign of codependency. Imagine being asked to jump off a cliff. You know it's dangerous, you don't want to do it, but if the person asking is someone you care about, you might just find yourself considering it. This difficulty in setting personal boundaries can lead to resentment, burnout, and a loss of self-identity. Feeling anxious about conflicts is another sign. It's like being in a boxing ring, but instead of fighting, you're constantly dodging and evading, trying to maintain peace at all costs. You might find yourself suppressing your feelings and opinions to avoid disagreements, which can lead to a buildup of unexpressed emotions. It's important to remember that these signs can vary from person to person. Codependency isn't a one-size-fits-all issue. It's a complex and multifaceted problem that manifests differently in everyone. It's like a puzzle. Every piece is different, but they all fit together to form a bigger picture. Recognizing these signs in yourself or others is a crucial step in addressing codependency. It's like turning on a flashlight in a dark room, illuminating the problem and paving the way for change. Remember, it's not about blame or judgment. It's about understanding and compassion for others and, most importantly, for yourself. Now that you know the signs, what are some symptoms of codependency? Just like the signs, the symptoms of codependency can be quite subtle, often going unnoticed until they begin to significantly impact one's quality of life. It's essential to understand that codependency is not just a relationship issue, but it's also a deeply personal one. One of the most common symptoms of codependency is low self-esteem. Individuals often feel they're not good enough, or they constantly compare themselves to others. This feeling of inadequacy can stem from a deep-seated fear of rejection or abandonment, another symptom of codependency. This fear of abandonment can be so intense that it leads to difficulties in setting boundaries. Codependents might find themselves saying yes when they want to say no, sacrificing their needs and desires to avoid conflict or rejection. This lack of boundaries can lead to resentment and frustration, further damaging self-esteem and reinforcing the cycle of codependency. Chronic stress or depression is also common among codependents. The constant worry about the well-being of others, coupled with neglecting their own needs, can lead to a persistent state of stress or even depression. It's important to remember that these symptoms are not a life sentence. They are signals, telling us that something needs to change. Recognizing and understanding these symptoms is the first step towards healing. These symptoms can be quite damaging, but the good news is codependency can be overcome. Overcoming codependency is not an overnight process, but with determination it's entirely possible. This journey starts with acknowledging the problem. It's about understanding that your happiness and self-worth are not tied to another person, but are inherent within you. Seeking professional help can be an invaluable step on this journey. Therapists and counselors trained in codependency can provide the tools and guidance needed to break the cycle. They can help you uncover and address the root causes of your codependency, allowing you to heal from past traumas and develop healthier relationship patterns. Setting boundaries is another crucial strategy. This involves clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not in your relationships. Remember, it's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize your needs. It's okay to step back when things become overwhelming. Practicing self-care is also vital. This could mean taking time each day to engage in activities that you enjoy, or it could mean making sure that you're eating well and getting enough sleep. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and consideration that you offer others. Developing a strong support system is equally important. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and support your journey towards independence. Remember, overcoming codependency takes time and patience. It's important to show yourself compassion and kindness during this process. Overcoming codependency paves the way for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination.